Hey, good morning to you. Jesus is Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank God the Word works. Talking about the power of the Word. So I'm going to be reading to you today from the 10th chapter of the Gospel of Luke. Jesus had taken his disciples, so there's at least 13, could have been 83, into Mary and Martha's house, and they were going to feed them. Well, Martha gets all upset and says, Lord, don't you care that Mary's not feeding, that you're helping me with all this food? She was cumbered. In fact, let me read this. Jesus said that. He said, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and cumbered and troubled about many things. In other words, she had a lot on her mind. He didn't care about Mary because he said this about Mary. But Mary, watch this, but Mary, one thing is needful, but Mary hath chosen that good part. What had she chosen? Well, the Bible tells us, a verse above that she was sitting at the feet of Jesus listening to his words. So let me say it to you this way. The Word is the most needful thing that you have in life. Jesus said that. One thing is needful. Coffee's not the one thing, even though I sure do like to have it every morning. The Word is the one thing that you need to keep everything in your life going the way it ought to go. And Jesus commended Mary for doing the Word rather than being concerned about all the natural things in the world, everybody she had to feed. So, putting the Word first place in your life, that's a term I haven't heard in a long time. Making the Word final authority and putting it, the Word, first place in your life before you do anything else. That's more important than cooking for your family. That's more important than going to your job and making money. That's more important than even going to church. Putting the Word first place in your life. It's really important for you to put the Word in there in abundance because faith only comes one way, and that's by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. Excuse me. Faith doesn't come by having good experiences. Faith doesn't come by having bad experiences. Faith doesn't grow when you go through a trial. This is what the Word says. There's only one way to grow. It says that you desire the sincere milk of the Word of God, that you may grow thereby. So the only way to grow up in God is by the Word. You see, a baby knows that it's got to eat. Baby gets hungry, it cries, throws a fit. And if you don't feed it, it'll scream louder because it knows I got to have my food. I got to have my milk. Well, a believer ought to be that way. You ought to realize that since I want to please God, and I do, you need to realize the only way to please God, the only way to receive from God is by faith, not by just knowing it. But it's like this cup of coffee here. I went over there this morning. I got my coffee out. I made the coffee, and it smells good. I mean, I've got it prepared the way I like it. But watch this. I've got to partake of it for it to satisfy that need that I have or desire that I have for coffee. Watch. Doesn't do me any good that Lewis in Honduras sent me the coffee. Doesn't do me any good to put the coffee in the coffee machine and make the coffee. I got to taste it. Well, you need to taste and see that the Word is good. You need to go to the Word and say, now the Word says, by His stripes I'm healed. I'm going to apply that today, and I'm going to receive my healing. Or go to the Word and say, my God meets my needs according to His riches and glory. I'm going to sow this seed. I'm going to expect a return. Now, Pat and I are seed sowers because everything that comes along where there's a need, there's a place for you to sow a seed. So I apply that every day. I went yesterday and did something for a friend of mine. But before I got there, I mean, I was there at 5:30 in the morning. But before I got there, I said, Father, I'm going to sow this as seed, and I believe for my return. I don't just go do things because I'm a good guy. I am a good guy. But I do things based on the return. I'm going to run over again today, but I'm going to do it anyway. Watch. So you have to apply the principles of the Word of God. And the only way to please God's by faith. Only way to receive God's by faith. So you got to put the Word in your life. Not just what brother so-and-so says on television. And you ought not just take these programs, even though they're all Word, and just try to live on them. You're going to have to apply it. Hey, I got to go. My time's gone. I'll come back to this tomorrow, saints. The Word needs to be the most important thing in your life. Have a great day. And until I'm with you tomorrow, saints, remember, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the Word works.